Today we're taking a look at a watch brand that probably not a lot of people have heard of, but I can assure you it's worth your time to stick around to the end of the video to find out if this watch is a winner or a loser. The watch brand we will be taking a look at is Atomico or Atomico. This watch brand was established in 2023 as a passion project between two friends from Spain and UAE, resulting in an Emirati and European watch brand. The watches are inspired by the Mediterranean Sea and the dunes of the desert. The idea was to create a classy and sporty watch focusing on quality and design with the objective of creating a high-end looking watch for everyday use. This model is called a Atomico and it has a very classy design. Let me get this out of the way. I personally don't really connect with the brand name nor the bomb logo, especially with all the craziness going on around the world. I understand how difficult it is to name a watch company. Nonetheless, I'm just not understanding the meaning behind the name. Let's get into the specifications and a little more information about this watch. This chronograph is going to run you about $235 and it's fully constructed of 316L stainless steel. The case measures in at 40 millimeters. It's 49 millimeters from lug to lug. The thickness comes in at 11.6 millimeters. It's 20 millimeters in between the lugs. The watch weighs in at only 65 grams, has a 50-meter water resistance and a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. We find a push and pull crown that's been signed with the bomb logo, and this being a chronograph features two push chronograph pushers that are highly satisfying to engage with, and this thanks to the Seiko Mecha Quartz movement. A little more on that later. The case has a classic design and is fully polished. I would have loved to see a mix of brushing and polishing. That level of finishing would have elevated the look and feel of this watch. The polishing has been done well and just seems a little basic. On the back of the watch, we do find a brushed case back with the logo of the company along with some information about the watch. The biggest standout for me has to be the turquoise dial, or as we call it in the watch space, Tiffany. It's stunning, and this alone could be the reason many of us would gravitate to this watch. The indices have been applied and shine beautifully in different lights. Around the dial, we have the tachymeter scale. At the 12 o'clock, the company logo, and at the 6 o'clock, simply the words chronograph. The dial features two sub-registers. On the left, a 60 seconds indicator, and on the right, a 24-hour indicator. The printing and the design elements work very well together, and it's very pleasing to the eye. The blue does change color. It goes from a light to a dark, but I would say it's more of a very light blue. However, the company does offer other color dials. I may go for the panda version in the future. This watch actually also features Lume. The company doesn't specify what type of lume has been applied, but it can be found on the hands and in the indices of the watch. I mean, it's no Seiko, but it definitely has a bit of glow and lasts a few hours. Not a bad move by the company. Powering this watch is the Seiko VK64 hybrid movement that uses quartz technology for the main timekeeping functions of the watch, with a mechanical module for operating the chronograph, giving it a smooth sweeping-like motion similar to an automatic watch, and a snapback style return to zero when resetting the chronograph. That is why these movements are often called hybrid movements. This movement has a frequency of 32,768 Hz and an estimated battery life of 3 years. I know a lot of people talk bad about quartz movements, but they keep great time, and every time you pick it up, the watch is running, so it's an easy grab and go piece. I personally have never had an issue with these hybrid movements, and you really do get the best of both worlds, especially that satisfying click you get with the chronograph pushers. The 20mm Italian leather strap has a quick release system for easy strap changes and feels very supple and very comfortable on the wrist. For reference, I have a 6 7/8 inch wrist, and the watch feels great and looks to business. I do want to note that this company is associated with a company that sells watch rolls and watch straps by the name of Temple Mad out of Spain. Throughout the video, I have actually featured their watch roll, and it's top notch, so are their straps. In fact, you have the option to buy additional leather and rubber straps on the Atomico website. Okay, let me give you my final thoughts on this watch. Overall, the watch feels solid and well built for $235. You're actually getting a great timepiece. The watch, of course, is not perfect, as discussed throughout the video. The case can be better finished, the lume can be stronger, and the name of the company can use a revision. I honestly would like to see this watch in the $450 range with the revisions I mentioned plus a manual wind seagull movement. That will be killer. I have to applaud the company for making a chronograph watch as their introduction to the watch world. I'm excited to see what the future holds for this young watch brand. Please let me know your thoughts. Do you like this watch? Are you picking one up? How do you feel about the watch brand name? I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and stay humble.